I like to say that the one thing my mum instilled into me was my relationship with food. That food was something to be celebrated, whether that be an occasion to eat together, the ingredients and the produce, or the love and passion put into the process behind the food. Tucked away up in the rocks, I met a chef named Darren Templeman. And from the moment I met him, I realized that this was someone who didn't just cook or create, he celebrated food. So what is it about Darren's food you love?
So there's two elements that I love about his food. Firstly, I know Darren well.
Yeah.
So he's a friend. The second is the passion that he puts into his food. So every time, and I'm particular, I'm fussy with my food, but I will always try something that he produces because I know he's got this skill of putting flavour together.
Yep.
So when I try something, it might be something that I don't necessarily like, but I'll eat it and go, oh, that's actually quite nice. So I may not want to eat a lot of it, but I'll always try it. So the thing I'm really grateful for is that Darren's given me the confidence to try any type of food.
What's the story behind the name izy.aki?
Well, it's two words mashed up, yeah. So izakaya. So izakaya, IZY. And when we first opened, I wanted to do more yakitori based, yeah.
Yep.
Because I still think Sydney has a massive hole in the market for good quality Japanese yakitori, which we've started doing for lunch now, but it didn't quite work at dinner time. So I changed the yaki to aki, which was autumn. That means autumn, basically. There's a girl's name as well in Japan. It also means autumn, and we opened in the autumn last year. So izy.aki.
I've heard you talk a lot about something on your website you called the personalized guest experience and connecting to local produce. What does that look like in service and in giving to the customer?
Well, when the customer comes down, like we have no menu here yet. So there's no written menu for dinner, for the omakase. So every day changes. So as we go through, there's a few staples on the menu that will remain the same, that customers are expecting to have now when they come down. Things like the egg, for sure, which has followed me from Atelier to here. The chawamushi as well, another dish that, it's just one of those staples that everyone loves. And the wagyu as well, so everyone expects to have the wagyu. So when they come down, they know what they're going to. They know the bones of what they're expecting, but in between that, it's going to be completely different, yeah, for each visit. So when it comes down to the personalized touch, if you have any dietary requirements, any likes or dislikes, we can move that around. We can completely change the menu for you in one instance. Also, when it comes to suppliers, I work very closely with my suppliers. I got Mitsu at Zero Ichi Seafoods, where we contact every day. He'll tell me what comes into the market. I go down and see him in the mornings. I take what I like, and we bring it here. We prep it and we serve it. And we only cook for the amount of bookings we have. So once no walk-ins, not for dinner. Lunchtime, different story because it's yakitori. That's a lot easier, yeah. But for the omakase, where it's a lot more thought out, more controlled. And then, you want to make the best personalized guest experience we can.
Is there a particular story about your experiences in Japan you would like to talk about where it kind of embodied that sort of personalized guest experience?
I've only ever been to Japan once last year, yeah. That was the first time. Before that, when Atelier closed, I went to Singapore.
Yeah.
And I worked for a chef called Narasawa from Tokyo. That was during the Asia Top 50 Awards. Mm-hmm. That was a fantastic experience. Working at a restaurant there with him and his team from Le Creation in Tokyo. To work, back into that 3-star standard was amazing for me. Because you know what to expect. You've worked there before. You can easily step back into that sort of environment. And I was just watching the whole way he conducted the service, the way he just held himself, the food that he was putting out. It was just fantastic, yeah. And it was a very small venue, not too dissimilar to what we have now, yeah. And when I came back, I was like, fuck yeah, that's what I want to do, you know. And that's what exactly the next venture I want to do. And unfortunately, I got dragged into corporate world for a few years. I was at Obar Dining for 6.5 years, which was a fantastic experience. But at the same time, it was like, it never felt like it was really my thing, you know. I really wanted to do. In that corporate world as well, it changes, your mindset. So when we got the chance to come here, I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it.